Hi, I'm Brad Rooks from DeerTech TV. It's been an interesting year between the pandemic with COVID-19 and our theory on this show, or our theme, was literally going to be going to these manufacturers, which you guys don't know. We know a lot of these people personally. They're deer hunters producing a great product because they want to make you guys better hunters. And we want to get behind the scenes. We didn't want to make it look like it was a TV commercial for 30 seconds. We wanted to get behind the scenes, show you how it's made, tell you a little bit of the inside scoop. But with COVID-19, we haven't had the ability to travel. So the community kind of came together. We're shooting some of our stuff here with prototypes. We're using product that we're not as familiar because it just came out. But we're doing the best we can. We're excited to show you what 2021 is going to be, because hopefully we can travel again, and we're going to get behind the scenes and show you guys the footage that was meant to be. I hope you enjoy the show.
This isn't just another 30-minute commercial. This is the people behind the products, the innovators, the engineers, the entrepreneurs.
Your ability to smell is gone. Wow.
This isn't just another hunting show. This is DeerTech TV.
Hey everybody, I'm Dave Gillane. Welcome to DeerTech TV Week 2. This week, I'm meeting up with Tom Rainey, and he's going to explain to me some of his favorite trail camera strategies. And then, we're tagging along with my favorite Georgia boy, Tanner Edenfield, as he chases those southern whitetails. But first, we're talking staying warm and staying comfortable with our very own Brad Rooks.
Hi, I'm Brad Rooks from DeerTech TV. Today I want to talk about one thing that really hampers a lot of people's success, and that is movement in the tree stand. You know, so many people are constantly on the move, and why are they on the move? Number one, they're probably not comfortable. Number two, they're cold. Years ago, I came across a product that'll take and alleviate both of those problems. It's Thermoset. They have a wealth of different products, but the one I really like is the smaller cushion. This is a triple thread is what they call it. It can go in any kind of tree stand. Yes, it's a little bit heavy, but if you're there for an all-day sit, this thing is the total bomb. By staying comfortable, it's going to eliminate that movement. The deer are apt not to see you as much as they would if you're not comfortable. So this is definitely the way to go. The other thing is we hunt a lot of times with outfitters, and I know most of my stands, which ones have comfortable seats, which ones don't have comfortable seats, and I take this seat along with it. When I'm with an outfitter, a lot of times those outfitters, you know, even though the straps are all checked, the seats are in dismal shape. So I constantly have this hooked onto my backpack. So if I'm in any kind of hang-on, I don't have to sit on a metal seat all day long during the peak of the rut. It makes me more successful and will make you more successful. The other thing, that product that I really like of theirs, is their Thermoset for a double ladder stand. Most of these ladder stands, like the one behind me, are so heavy that once you have them in place, you're never taking them out. I mean, this thing's in the perfect spot. I left it in there. Normally we pulled our cushions every single year. Well, one year I forgot. What happens? A raccoon gets up there, chews a hole in the seat. Pretty soon the material's all ripping. Here is the perfect option for you. It has their Thermoset technology. It's going to keep your butt warm. It's waterproof. It's going to keep you dry. It's going to make sitting in that double ladder stand next to your best friend or your son or daughter, it's going to make you both very, very comfortable. These are just a couple of the products that are going to keep you staying out in the outdoors longer. Check out their full line. They got a great turkey seat that's unbelievable. I used it this past spring, and I'll tell you this right now, I will not turkey hunt without that thing next spring.
DeerTech TV is brought to you by Scent thief, make the wind your cover. Base map, plan, navigate, share. Skull hooker, get your head on right. Browning trail cameras. And by High Mountain Seasonings, make the most of your game meat.
For hunting, shooting, camping, fishing gear, and more, go to sportsmansguide.com. They sell all the top brands in the industry like Carhartt, Leupold, Browning, and Boulderton, all at unbeatable prices. For everything you need to outfit your outdoor passion for a lot less, go to sportsmansguide.com. Welcome back to DeerTech TV. Now that we've talked about a few products that'll help you stay outside a little bit longer, it's time for my chat with Tom Rainey to find out what his top secret strategies are for scouting. Hey, I'm here with Tom Rainey of Browning Trail Cameras, and he's going to give us a little insight on trail camera flash. Tom?
I am indeed. What I want to talk to you about in general is how that flash will impact the quality of your images. Now, in general terms, there are 3 types of flash. There's one that's a white flash that's not as common as it used to be because people felt like it would startle wildlife, and in reality it probably does to some degree. Yeah. But with a white flash, since you've got more light, your shutter speed can actually be faster. So you reduce a lot of blur and you get better quality images at night with a white flash.
So shutter speed just being the eyelid of the lens, opening and closing.
Yep, and the longer that it's open, the more chance of a blur, and it stays open longer when you have less light. The trade-off is spooking the wildlife. Yeah. Now, the 2 that are most popular in the marketplace today now, you call it standard infrared or low glow infrared. Those, without getting into like NASA level science on measuring nanometers and things like that, but it's just outside the spectrum. It is an infrared light, but it is brighter than the invisible flashes that are out there. The trade-off is, if you look at the low glow standard infrared camera in the dark, you look at it, you see a low red glow. Ergo, they call it low red glow cameras. Gotcha. So when you have that, you get a better image, but some people feel like that spooks their wildlife. I can tell you Don Kiske, Whitetail Freaks, he uses low glow infrared. He kills big deer. So whether it's geographical, whether it's your property, whether it's how often you're on the farm, something impacts those deer in such a way that the flash doesn't impact his. So that's the one he likes to use because he gets better quality images. Now, if you want to go invisible flash, where you can really hide that camera, same place, except you're using an invisible flash. If you stare at it, no red glow. And with no red glow, animals, people even, can't detect where that camera is in nighttime conditions. Trade-off is that shutter that we were talking about earlier has to stay open a little bit longer. Now, it can only be hundredths of a second, so it's not in real terms a long extended opening, but it's just enough that if something moving, you're going to get a little more blur. And so if you want to have that invisible flash, the trade-off is you're going to sacrifice some of that image quality.
Okay, so you personally, as one of the guys who makes Browning trail cameras, what do you use and why?
I actually use both. I use your low glow infrared and I use the invisible flash. Now, the way that I determine where I'm going to use a particular model, because I have different places on our property where I use a specific camera. Longer fields where there's light at night, where it's kind of a bright condition anyway, I will typically use the low glow infrared. And I'll do it like on an entrance road into the field, like the 2-track drops down into a field, so I'm on a tree there. And I do that because you've got more range on the visibility, and you're also getting a little better quality. So you got 6, 7 deer, they're nosing around, they're feeding. I want to be able to see them a little better and get that extended range. If I'm in a thicket, and if I'm near a bedding area, I go invisible flash. So there is some thought process to where I use what type of flash. This is something that's not necessarily a feature, but it's something to think about when you're buying that camera. You're like, man, that's going to be like in a thicket. I'm in a bedding area. I need invisible flash.
And that's one of the things most people, I mean, I've never really thought about it, and I'm a photographer.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah, it's just once you hear people's stories and things, you start, when you work for a trail camera company, you hear all the stories and you start to piece together strategies like that. You go, ooh, that makes sense. Ooh, that makes sense. So on our property, so another aspect that I think impacts what we do is we actually have a county road that cuts through our property. So I think, it's an opinion, there's brake lights, there's cell towers. They actually see red lights with some regularity on our property. So I don't think that on a 2-track that's 300 yards off the road that it triggers them to think, oh no, danger.
Right.
They see brake lights, they see cell tower lights, they see red lights all the time. So I don't think it triggers danger in their mind.
Right.
Whereas a thicket, you know, something's over here, they're in our sanctuary. Yeah, you might not want to be flashing red down there.
Makes perfect sense. All right. Thanks, Tom.
Absolutely.
This segment of DeerTech TV is brought to you by Outdoor Edge. This segment of DeerTech TV is brought to you by Skull Hooker.
Welcome back to DeerTech TV. Now that you got the inside scoop from one of the makers of Browning trail cameras himself, we're going to shift gears to the hunt. This week, we're going to Georgia with Tanner Edenfield. Tanner Edenfield is a self-made YouTube sensation everything hunter. He hunts hogs with spears, chases turkeys in the spring, and funds his fall whitetail adventures through a self-built home painting company.
It's September 17th here in Georgia. It's about like the 4th or 5th day of deer season. I'm gonna ease back here and hunt a blind where I've got an 18-pointer and an 8-pointer coming in and a bunch of other deer, but that 8's been showing up every day for like the past month, maybe missed a day or two in a month. So hopefully, finally got the right wind for him, so hopefully he'll turn up this evening or either the 18-pointer won. I saw the 18-pointer yesterday and kind of bumped him. Well, I mean, he's so spooky anyway, even on trail camera when I'm not there, but so I don't really know if I spooked him or if that's just the way he is, but anyway, he kind of spooked, so. But that being the case, I figured it'd be a good chance to go in here and take this 8-pointer out while he's kind of spooked, so that's the goal. So we're gonna see what happens. So I'm settled in. Basically this setup is the neighbors have got this clear cut that's probably 2 or 3 years old. It's getting kind of thick. Which these swamp deer, that's about the best food source they'll ever have. There's no ag around here or anything, so all that browse is a major food source for them. And these bucks flock to it. Well, I've got an open hardwood finger that runs down the middle of it, and it's kind of a highway for them. So I've got this blind here on just an easy access point right here in this hardwood finger. There's some scrapes going through here, and I've got a little bit of corn out. So we're gonna see if either the 18 or that big 8 will show up this evening.
Tanner patiently waits out the rest of the evening with no deer or luck in sight.
Did you get a deer?
I can't believe that joker didn't show up. He's been there every day for like a month, except like 1 or 2.
Coming up next, Tanner hangs in there for another day and gets his chance at a beautiful 8-point buck.
It's covered in blood. That kind of looks like liver to me though. Huh.
Don't pop the champagne just yet.
DeerTech TV is brought to you by Scent Crusher, scent off, game on. Thermoset, stay outdoors. Primal Tree Stands, hunt your prey the primal way. And by Lifeline by Hunter Safety System, don't climb without it. This segment of DeerTech TV is brought to you by Thermoset.
Friday, September 20th, we've got our version of a cold front going on. It's about 85 degrees. The front hit yesterday and I had to work, and basically 3 out of 5 cell cameras had shooters on them, and a lot of people on Facebook and stuff were posting big bucks. So I'm gonna go out here and get in this blind and see if I can make something happen. I've got an almost wrong wind, which I've had success with that in the past. So, you know, it's just wrong enough that the deer think it's right, and it's just good enough that you can get away with it. So we'll see, man. There's 6 big bucks coming in here. 5 of them I know are over 4.5, and 1 could either be 3 or 4. So only 2 of those I would shoot this early. And that's the 18 pointer and this tall 8. So I'm gonna go in here and see what happens. I think I nailed him. I'm pretty sure I just nailed that tall 8. It looked a little high. It's kind of got me nervous, but I think it was under the spine. I'm pretty sure I just freaking double lunged him, but he acted kind of weird, man. But that deer is huge. He's huge. That is, man. Oh, yes. That deer's a giant. That jugger is so freaking tall. It's covered in blood. That kind of looks like liver to me, though. I didn't think about it being back at all. Huh. Oh, shoot. Blood. Got blood here. I'm gonna ease up here and look. Blood. It was getting dark, I ain't gonna lie. Blood. That looked like it had a bubble in it that popped. See how? For sure. So that's definitely a long. Oh, there he is. Oh my God, dude. That jugger didn't go nowhere. Oh my God, son. Look at the freaking G2s on this deer, Tyler. Good night. There is a freaking giant, son.
Got an extra point, that's right.
Dude, if that ain't a 12-inch G2, holy crap. Son, look at that right there. Man. Thank you, Jesus. He got little ears though. That's why I had to cull him. A couple more years, he might have had, the ears might have grown a little bit, but.
Now that is a giant horned monster. Congratulations, Tanner. I know how much work you put into that. Well, folks, that's all for this week's episode of DeerTech TV. Don't forget to tune in next week as we talk about a really awesome e-scouting tool, hint, hint, that you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching.